every gram counts. In a race like this, it's gonna mean climbing faster. But in the lead up to Worlds, it's not just the bike that carries the weight, it's the bottles, the cameras, the gear, and the decisions that stack up even before you clip in. In the last episode, we got the bike dialed and the training on track. Now, it's time to find out what is actually worth carrying on race day. So this week, I got out on one of my hardest local chop rides, Coast to Toast, to put everything to the test. My legs, my nutrition plan, my Insta360 camera setup, and every other call I'm going to have to make for the day. What's worth carrying and what's just extra weight? We're going to find out along the way. Coast to Toast is one of those rides that feels more like a race than a munchie. It rolls out of Brookvale at 5:30 in the morning. There's usually a second, more casual bunch that leaves a few minutes later. It's about 2.5 hours all up, although there are plenty of ways that you can tack on some extras if you're feeling up to it. The first stretch rolls fairly easy until you get to Motorvale, when people start to warm up their legs. And from here, it doesn't stay easy for long. Depending on who shows up, there's a strong chance you'll get your legs ripped off. Last time I tried to film it, I got dropped. This time, we even picked up a UCI Continental rider along the way, which definitely raised the bar. There's nothing like training for Gran Fondo Worlds alongside somebody who's actually raced the World Championship. This is my nutrition plan for the day. It's nothing groundbreaking, it's kind of my standard precision hydration setup. It's kind of becoming my go-to for events these days. I'm going to be rocking 2 of these liter bottles. I'm going to have them filled with water and this 60 gram carb mix. I'm also going to be running the precision hydration flow gel in one of these flasks. The thing is though, when you add this all together, you've got 2 kilos worth of water plus another half a kilo worth of flow gel. That's 2.5 kilos weight. That's a huge weight penalty. Cyclists will fixate on their weight. They'll focus on trying to shave off 2.5 kilos to increase their watt per kilo ratio. But here I'm kind of just adding that straight back on. It feels like a bit of a trade-off. Now I think that the ultimate solution here would be as if I could get somebody up the road, like someone as a helper who'd be able to take a bottle for me. So if I can start the race with maybe one of those bottles, maybe less gel, and I can pick that up from somebody up the road, that would be the perfect outcome. I do have my brother-in-law coming. I haven't mentioned it to him yet. We'll see how that goes. But in the technical guide, it does mention that you can send somebody up the road. The challenge that they're going to face though is that they can't use the main roads. They're all closed for the race. They've got to use the back roads. We're not going to be local, so this might be a little bit of a challenge. But hey, if I can get that logistics worked out, there's a huge saving here in terms of weight. From Bilgola to Palm Beach, all bets are off. It's about 10 Ks where the pace just keeps building. I've come to learn it's drop or be dropped, and like any good chop, it ends with a sprint. I'm going to let this one just roll a little. Feel free to enjoy the vibes or skip ahead to the next chapter.
Blue sky above yellow ground. Like leaves I keep on falling through the cracks in the streets tonight. I wanna walk right out of this world. So long, so long, so long, so long, I'll see you someday. So long, so long, so long, so long.
We roll into Palm Beach, take in the world-renowned views, regroup for a minute, bottles, bathroom, and a bit of banter before we turn back south. I like to call this one the creator's dilemma. If I'm going to film this race, I want to make sure that I have the best footage, the best angles, the best cameras for the job. Unfortunately, this brings along with it a weight penalty. So it's around about 350 to 400 grams once all considered. I've got the Insta360 Ace Pro 2, which is going to go on the bar fly. It'll just snap on up in like this. And for the rear, I've got the new Insta360 Go Ultra. I'm not bringing the full camera, I'm just bringing the little action pod that pops out of it. It will go onto a dedicated mount on the back of the saddle, and that'll give me that backwards angle. For the camera on the back, I'm going to be using the new Ring remote control from Insta360. This is a really cool piece of tech. It's literally just a ring. It's a little button that I can activate with my thumb whilst riding that's going to turn on that back camera to shoot for an interval of 1 minute at a time. From Palm Beach, we swing south and start making our way back. It's not the same electric pace as the way up, but it's still solid tempo. McCarrs Creek Road is easily my favourite climb. Long, flowing, strategic, and there's nothing better than hitting it with a crew. I give the boys a bit of a pep talk and we roll into it feeling pretty good.
We're going for sub 10 McCarrs today. That means I can't pull the whole way, you fuckers.
In a wild moment near the West Head turnoff, we pick up Ryan, a UCI Continental rider who's actually raced the real worlds. There's something to be said for being able to jump on the back of a train doing 5 watts per kilo from a standing start. I end up doing a fair bit of work early. At the time, I didn't realise how much firepower we had in the wheels. As the rotation comes through, I'm close to my limit, but still holding the wheel. Then, the second last rider drops a gap, and I just don't have the kick to close it. The rest of the crew keeps pushing, and most of them end up with a PR on McCarrs today, which tells you everything you need to know about how quick that one was. Another decision I'm trying to make is whether to take a saddlebag or not. I guess the real question is, what tools will be relevant on the day? There's a lot of things that can happen when you're out in a bike race, most of which are going to be race over. When I look in my saddlebag, I think that there are 3 things that in the situation where I would need them, I could actually use those things and get back on the road without losing too much time. If I were to get a flat, I've got the Cyc Plus electric pump. This is pretty quick, it goes in place of a CO2 canister, and I think that if I were to lose some air, I'd be able to get back on the road. Worst case scenario, I do run tubeless, so it means that I've got a hole that won't seal. I can bring this tiny little Dyna plugger toolkit. It basically means that I'll have a plug that I can put in and hopefully that'll take hold. It's going to take a little bit longer, but still not the same as changing a tube. The final thing is just a multi-tool. It's a no-brainer. If something were to slip or something were to need tightening up, this would just give me a lot of options to be able to address that on the road. Is it worth packing things that are going to have extra weight when the situation where you would use them would already mean that the race is over? So it's not really a saddlebag worth. I have these 3 things. I'm probably just going to put them in my jersey pocket, which means I'm going to give away a saddlebag. Obviously not my saddlebag, but I've got a spare one of these that I'm going to give away to a viewer of this video. How about this? Drop me a comment and let me know what place you think I'm going to come in the 40 to 44-year-old field at the Gran Fondo World Championships. The first person to get it right, I'll try and organise to send them out one of these attacker saddlebags. At the top, a few of us skip the park up at McCarrs Cafe and roll straight into some extras. I end up chatting with Ryan on the front for a while. He's full of cracking stories, like riding Pinarellos signed by the Pope and lining up next to Tadej Pogacar in Glasgow. Turns out, for whatever reason, he couldn't attend Worlds this year in Rwanda, so instead he's lining up for the Gran Fondo Worlds in Lorne. And yep, he's in the 40 to 44s. Of course he is. Anyway, I better get home and start packing. For this trip I wanted a proper hard case, something I could pack quickly without stripping the cockpit off, but still solid enough to trust on flights. After a bit of research I decided to go with a UK company called Bikebox Allen. This is their Easy Fit Tri box. The guys at Oz Bike Sports hooked me up, all paid, not sponsored, and they managed to get it out to me quick smart. As you can see, it's pretty straightforward to pack. Hopefully, this takes a little bit of the stress out of the flight. So that's it. Everything's been tested. The ride, the setup, the nutrition, even the packing. It's funny how the closer you get, the heavier it all feels. But that's part of it. The weight isn't just what you carry, it's what you care about. The bike's dialed, the body's ready, and the next time I line up, it's going to be for real. Next episode is race day, the Gran Fondo World Championships. Before you go, I'd love to hear what you think. What's in your saddlebag for a race like this? What's your nutrition plan if you're going to Worlds? And is there anything that you think I might have forgotten? A big thanks for supporting the channel as always to Insta360. The cameras on this one were the Go Ultra and the Ace Pro 2. There's going to be links in the description. It really helps out the channel. Other than that, folks, until next time, see ya!